down the list last time, I believe.
Sorry about that. Okay, would you care to repeat yourself?
The mic was off? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I clicked it, but apparently I didn't click it. It's a keyboard command or whatever, so.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Tarot for Today.
TFT, Tarot for Today.
Divine Dabblings with
Banshee.
and Oberon. Okay, we're being silly because he didn't have the microphone together, and now I have to repeat myself. So, what did I say? Oh, I was talking about the list. Don't worry, Lakeisha, when you come early, I am writing down the names on the list as they come in. So I have everybody in the order that they came into the chat, and we'll take it from there. You are last, Lakeisha, but you're number 6. So that's pretty good compared to last time. We should have no problem fitting everybody in at this point in the list. Well, I'm going to draw a really quick card from one of my new acquisitions here. This is, of course, the Everyday Witches. Whoops. The Everyday Witches Oracle. Oracle cards, not the tarot cards. I'm just going to draw one today for everybody. See where our energy might be at. And let me know, Mr. O, if anybody else shows up in the room. Oh, what an awesome card I've drawn for all of us. Prosperity and abundance. Woohoo!
That's very nice.
That is very nice. And so let me just find it in here. Where is Earth? I would bet you that is an Earth card. And here it is, number 33. Why don't you talk about what decks you're going to be reading with today while I pull this together?
Well, I'm going to use 2 different decks today. I'm going to use the Crow's Magic Tarot.
Oh, you sneaky guy. It's very esoteric. Very unusual.
It's a little harder to read because some of the imagery is either more spare or just sort of drawn differently. Like that's the 4 of Coins, the 4 of Pentacles.
I think you're just getting back at me for using that thick deck that I'm going to be
Oh, does that mean that... Okay, you still can't hear? Because I have the mics on. Let's see what's going on.
Oh, no. Do you have it plugged in the right spot? Can you hear us now?
It should be.
Oh, Kayla's joined us.
Kayla.
Oh, Kayla, I'm sorry. Can you hear us now? Let me check the cord here. It's not. You guys, Kayla says. So, Kayla. Sorry, Kayla. And then I mess up your name.
Kayla can hear us.
What about everybody else? Are we all set now? Well, Kayla can hear us. I'm assuming everybody else can, but I don't see anybody in the chat. But Kayla. Masana, can you hear us now? Lakeisha, can you hear?
Let's just go ahead. Nobody's saying they can't hear.
Well, it's weird because nothing is moving in the chat at all. We are still live, right?
Of course.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Just say you're there if you're there in the chat. Just type something.
If you... Here, let me type it in.
Yes, we are still live, Kayla says. Okay. All right, Lakeisha says okay. January girl says here. Okay.
Okay, if you can hear, I have just typed into the chat.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so they saw the card. Sorry about all of that. You probably missed everything we've said, but I have the Everyday Witches Oracle, and it is the Abundance card. And basically, Prosperity and Abundance suggests that this card is a suggestion that you count your blessings. The universe is telling you that you have whatever you need and probably much of what you want. If you're asking about a project or goal of some kind, the answer will be yes. It will be a success. but mostly it's a symbol of what you already have and a reminder to appreciate it. And I think that's a really good thing, is to remember, to think on what you have instead of what you don't have. Oftentimes we dwell on what we don't have when we don't realize the good we do have.
And we have Violet Ann now.
Hey, Violet Ann, thank you. I'll add Violet Ann to the list, and I'll go over the list in a minute. And
in addition to my Crow's Magic Tarot, I have also once again brought from the other night the, how's that called? The Santa Muerte.
The Santa Muerte Tarot. Woo. It's all death images.
Which is pretty colorful.
But it's really
Okay,
beautiful. Great. Okay, so I guess, is that your decks for the day?
Yes, I just brought 2 today.
Well, I have. Maybe I won't use it since you brought your crows, but I have the Crow Magic Tarot.
No, I have the Crow Magic Tarot.
Oh, God. The Crow's Tarot. Yes. Well, see, you've thrown me off by
saying Sunny's retaliating.
Yeah, Sunny is retaliating against the crow.
Oh, gosh.
Wants to catch the bird. And also, and that is by M.J. Cullinane. I also have this deck I brought last time that is really ginormous, and it is called the Next World Tarot. They're very big cards, but they're modern day, and I really kind of like them. And then I have
You first, Banshee.
And then I have my Cyril Marchetti Tarot Grand Lux. And also joining us today is...
Stay out of there. Come here. Lay down.
Oh gosh, they're so tiny, I'm afraid to lose them. The
Lay down.
Mystical Lenormand. Right here.
There you go.
And that one is by Elizabeth Fichter and Urban Trosh, painted by Urban Trosh.
That's my sassy.
Okay, well, we're almost ready to go, but I have to share something. For those of you who are on Twitter, I write haiku. I've got my tarot haiku out there. Look what Mr. O brought from his library. Somebody actually made elemental haiku. Now, if you're wondering, it's true. It's all
Read
of
the subtitle.
Oh, okay. It says, Poems to Honor the Periodic Table. 3 lines at a time. So I'm just going to read one because they are really obtuse. But this is the one for silver, okay, which is AG on the periodic table. And it's treacherous treasure, avarice tarnishing us, photos claiming souls.
We actually haven't started Libra.
No, Libra.
We're kind of farting around here.
We're just making announcements and saying goofy stuff.
And
we
hi,
mentioned
Warda.
our cards.
Warda will put you on the list.
Warda will put you on the list. We're going to get started very soon. We talked about the cards we're going to do. I have some other card decks that I have just acquired that I will be showing off sometime during breaks in the stream. But we're going to get rolling since everybody wants a reading. And so we're very short-listed right now. Everybody on the list will be read for fully. Libra Cusp will be first, and then Masonic, Balkis, January Girl, Acel, Lakeisha, Kayla, Violet Ann, and Werda. And did I miss anybody else? I don't think so. So I think we're good to go. How does Stephen feel about you? Okay, we're going to find out, hopefully. Which deck do you want to use first?
I don't care. We can go ahead with that one if you're...
Let's use this one first. No.
For a minute I thought you were grabbing that
I put
big
the
one.
ginormous deck down for now. Sassy has come to join us. Sunny has flown the coop for the moment. But he is definitely going to be back, I'm sure.
A girl. That's a girl.
Aw. Sassy is not quite in camera view, but she... Oh, yeah, she is. She's on that side. I see.
Yeah, and then over here is her tail. Okay, move along. Or something. That's good. I guess that's good. That's good. Good girl.
All right. Let me get you to shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shuffle up these Lenormand really good. It's a really interesting deck. nice and small. So basically, Super Tarot Love Week is done. Thank everybody for joining us for that. We had a lot of fun with it. This is possibly the last time you'll see this backdrop because we'll probably be shifting it to something, well, hopefully more springy. We'll see.
Yes, in our vain attempt to bring on spring,
Yes.
we might actually do that.
Hey, now that it's end of February or closing in, we're getting January temperatures. It's freezing here lately.
Yeah, it's been
crazy.
pretty cold. But then in a day or so, it's going to be warm again. Warmer.
Well, what does Stephen think? This is some interesting cards here. We have the Two of Coins upright. We have the King of Swords upright. Oh, here comes Sunny again. And we have the Hierophant reversed. I'm going to let you start, Mr. Oberon.
Well, this says that maybe he thinks of you uncharacteristically, or there is an uncharacteristicness about Stephen.
Well, about what he thinks of...
Well, yeah, you're right. It's more what he thinks about you, that he sees you uncharacteristic. Like he sees in you a wild spirit or a restless soul or somebody not easily tamed, maybe. And then what is that? The Two of Coins? But
yeah,
I guess overall he sees you handling things well and that you have a lot of strong powers of discernment and judgment. And I guess maybe that's the thing that he's drawn to, is that even though he may see you being unconventional, you pretty much know how to decide things and implement things, and you're fair. You may be called upon to make some judgments or decisions, but you're really fair. You work with true, informed, information there.
Well, I don't know. I'm seeing some stuff here. I'm wondering, too, if... Okay, are you in... I don't know if you're in a relationship with Stephen now, but I'm wondering if Stephen thinks of you, if it's not you in unconventional terms, but thinking of having, some kind of a relationship or friendship in an unconventional way. I'm wondering if he thinks about the way he, you and him interact is unconventional. And also with the Two of Pentacles upright, I'm wondering if he feels that, he's struggling with how to balance his feelings right now, I think. And some of it is maybe because he's a little bit either hard on himself or maybe he's a little bit hard on you. The king... Oh.
So that
okay, you were in the past. Okay. So I sense he's kind of judgmental. It may be not in a bad way, but he's got a little bit of a critical streak about him.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering if, he's thinking in terms of, that maybe, he's thinking about you or a relationship in an unconventional way. And maybe it's because he can't come to terms with how he truly feels. At that Two of Pentacles, it's like that juggling act. And since this is kind of a question about feelings, I'm looking at it that way. So let me
throw a Lenormand.
Throw a couple Lenormand and see what else we can see.
Hi, Vicky.
Oh, hey, Vicky. Hello to you. We'll get you on the list. Welcome, welcome to Thursday's show. Well, I've got the Lily. And I've got the mountains. It seems to me that, it seems to me there's some distance still between you that hasn't been bridged yet. I don't know if that's going to change right away with the Lily. I'm not really sure. But the mountain is obstacles. The mountain isn't necessarily distance, but I'm sensing it's a distance in either feeling-wise or something else.
And now what I feel from the King of Swords is that he wants you maybe to make that decision on how, when, why to break the distance or break the bridge or recreate the bridge.
I see we have Vicky and Josephine. I've got them on the list.
Okay.
So they are now added. Uh-oh, I just lost my pen. That is
It may be that he doesn't feel he can do that, but I think he thinks you can do that. That maybe you're the person who can get over the bridge, over the.
Well, that may be that it's on you. I think more than him. Maybe he's waiting for some sign from you as a possibility here.
That's what I think. That's what I thought
think
when you pulled that.
That might be the case. That's what we have for you. I hope that helps. It's a little
the big thing too is that I think there is this unconventional element that's going on too. So it could be that that's part of the distance, whether it's an actual distance or an emotional or some sort of other distances that maybe it's just really different territory for him.
Well, I would give it another shot, but at some point you're going to have to decide, I have to let this go. Maybe these mountains, that we just showed you are just, too impossible to traverse right now. Maybe the possibility exists that, maybe he's got somebody else and maybe that's what he's juggling here. I'm not sure. Or he's got somebody else on his mind.
Okay.
Well, it's a 2. And, there's this juggling act going on.
You're right. I see that now.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep, good luck with that.
And we'll read for you again sometime.
Absolutely.
You're
okay,
welcome.
hey, Masonic, you are up. And then after Masonic is Balkis, January Girl, Acel, Lakeisha, Kayla, Violet Ann, Warda, Vicky, and Josephine.
This sounds like a good old-fashioned yes or no.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm going to use the Crows.
And then the Lenormand might give more information
right.
on that.
I'm going to use the Crows Magic Tarot.
Are the aces easy to find?
They're pretty easy.
Okay.
Of course.
So at any rate, I was mentioning earlier, this might be the last time for the heart.
See what Libra's saying there?
Oh.
So maybe, I didn't want to say it, but that's what I thought was the unconventionality is maybe he's somebody that wants to have an open relationship or something that works that way.
I'm unclear about that, but that might be why, he's not responding.
Just a thought. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah. So that makes sense to me because it seems like there's challenges right now. And I would say give it one more shot if you feel there's a chance, but the writing may be on the wall. Well, this is a different crow deck than the last one you saw, Masonic, but it's an interesting deck for sure. Are there crows on all the cards?
There are crows or different animals on a lot of the cards you're supposed to shuffle.
I know, I just grabbed them. Caught myself in a senior
moment. There's some
moment.
alchemical stuff. There's some astrological stuff. There's totems or animals.
It's very esoteric.
It's an odd deck.
It is
we had an esoteric type group, and we used to use that as our group's tarot deck, which, mostly had fairly good results, as I recall.
All right, they're cut, so count them out, or do you want me to do it?
I'll do that.
All right.
You're welcome, Libra.
Well, some, okay. There's lots of cats on them. So the heart backdrop will be going and we'll be changing it maybe this weekend. I hope to work on it anyway. We'll see. And I got to work on a new one for our tarot for tomorrow's, which are posted on Facebook and Twitter daily. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, Masonic.
Yeah.
The cards at this moment in time, this snapshot in time, are saying that there's a positive yes, that this is leaning strongly towards yes.
All systems go.
That you should travel to Delaware to see your friend. So we're going to let Banshee, there's nothing else that clarifies there.
You've got 3 aces.
You
so
have some
you've got
real positivity there.
You've got a very positive yes.
It may be, because they're all reversed, that there may be some delay. getting going.
Some issues.
Something. But basically, it is true. And here's what Banshee's Lenormand says.
Well, this is very interesting. We have the fish.
Oh.
And we have the heart. So I don't know what kind of friend this is. It may just be a friend. But, you know, it seems like these two cards together indicates that love is flowing. You know, it could just be good feelings of friendship and bonding. But, that's a card of abundance. So I think you would get a lot out of this trip by going, whether it is, you know, something more romantic or whether it is just commiserating with a good friend.
This is a cute little Lenormand. I like it. It has very much the old-fashioned fortune telling on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that too. I'm inclined to say the silly metaphor about fish in the sea, you know. But maybe, you know, you are the fish in the sea. So I don't know. It does look like it'll be a good trip.
Yeah, I think so.
Spiritual sisters.
As I said, I
cool.
think you're going to get a lot out of it.
Very cool.
And okay, so that's what we have for you, Masonic. I think that's a really good sign.
All right,
Oh,
Sunman
hey.
just lays down
Well,
there.
now, the one thing I have to ask you, Masonic, when did you say you were taking that trip? You're not going to during the retrograde, are you? So if you are, just keep that in mind. Sometimes there's delays with travel and different things like that. But all in all, it looks like a good trip.
Yeah, I don't feel anything's really wrong other than maybe a small delay getting started up. That's about it.
Okay, so hey, Balkus, this weekend. Mercury is definitely retrograde, so keep it in mind.
Just be careful, that's all.
We see nothing but good stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully it will all turn out well. And hey, Balkus, you are up. Will I succeed when I will be a trainer of access bars? Okay. We'll check that out. And after Balkus, we get done with this reading. It'll be January Girl, Acel, Lakeisha, Kayla, Violet Ann, Werda, Vicky, and Josephine. So we'll see. Well, I'm really excited because my favorite ghost show is back on TV tonight. The Dead Files is returning. I love that show. It's my guilty pleasure. I just like the premise. You know, I like detectives and mysteries, and because it's a former police officer, retired police officer, investigating paranormal activity with a psychic, an amazing psychic at that. I think it's just such a cool idea. I love to watch it. It's just awesome.
Shuffle.
Oh, I'm shuffling again. Okay, sorry. You said it like 4 times?
Just
Mercury
3.
retrograde.
Well, because you went off on your own into that little story.
I did. We got to talk about Dead Files. Dead Files is on the Travel Channel, and where a lot of these ghost shows are these days, and I really enjoy it. It's pretty fascinating. I like the psychic a lot. And it's not so much like the other shows where you get to see a lot of the haunting activities. The psychic goes around and just tells you what's happening, and then she compares notes with the police officer later as to, to see how their findings mesh, and it's pretty freaking amazing.
He does the evidentiary stuff.
Yeah.
He looks at the property. He looks at people who lived on the property, and then she does the psychic compressions. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Turning 3.
Yes, you are. We could have done a yes/no on that, but
I know, but we didn't.
We didn't.
And I don't really know for sure what you mean by access bars or how you are a trainer of that. Maybe
is that something data IT, or is that physical training?
But I'm seeing 3 cards. The Wheel of Fortune, which is a really good omen for success and for riding.
All of this is
way.
better.
The 3 of Swords reversed indicates mending, healing, some situations that were emotionally straining, getting better, repaired. And what's that one? The Emperor.
Upright.
And the Emperor says that somebody is in charge of something. Somebody is the actual
energy.
directed person.
So what I have to tell you, Balkas, is, it's going to be a real
It looks good.
positive turn of the wheel of fortune for you, when this happens. And also, it'll be really, to you, it'll be really healing or just transformative in some way. I think getting the Three of Swords reversed just means, past issues or burdens seem to feel like they're lifting. And finally, the final card, the Emperor. It sounds like you're going to be really good at what you do. You're going to be in total control. I think it's awesome. It looks great.
These are really, really favorable cards for the question you asked. So let's pull a Lenormand and see what we got there too.
I don't know if you can watch it on channels in the UK. I'm not sure.
It might be available on YouTube though, or
I
something.
don't know, but maybe they have some of their outtakes on the Travel Channel, the website. You might want to check that out and look for the dead files there. They might have some of their old shows available for streaming.
Yeah, Ball, because those cards don't usually come so positive like that in most of our readings. So you kind of,
especially our daily readings lately, they have been really downers.
A good pull there.
Really Debbie Downers
the
lately.
Lenormand says.
Well, the Lenormand shows it's a man, but
Hi,
it could just be the significator here, which is you. And I've got the tree.
Growthful.
Which is growthful, healthy vibration. This is going to be just really good for you. I just feel, you're going to get a lot out of this experience.
Right, and it's a lot of networking. This card, the tree to me talks about networking. So I'm thinking there's just a lot of interactivity going on that's helpful.
Did anybody come before Kristen?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Okay, we've got everybody on the list. We'll get to the list in a minute. Hi, Chris.
Okay.
So that's what we have, honestly. Good
Looks
job.
Good. Looks good.
Looks really, really good. And you have yourself to thank for that.
Very good.
I think you're going to do just fine. And hey, January girl, you are up. And after January girl is Acel, Lakeisha, Kayla, Violet Ann, Werda, Vicky, Josephine, and Chris.
You're welcome, Balkas. And I'm going to take a moment to do Sunny Cam. Hi, Sunny. Say hi to your audience.
Well, I don't remember when you asked that, January girl. You could ask again, but after that, if you've asked it pretty recently, you might want to give it a rest a little bit. So what is your question about work? Refresh us.
Yeah, go ahead and ask again.
Oh, our kitties have been so wonderful lately. I posted a picture on Facebook and Twitter of Shadow in his little, I don't know what you call it, cat bed, enclosed cat bed. It looks like a cat house. It's very cute.
Well, they're very happy because we were out of their special diet that they just love.
I don't know what it is, this metabolic food that's supposed to make them lose weight, and it hasn't been doing it, but they love it. And we ran out of it, which I felt bad, and we had to wait for the vet to get some, and they just love it. So they're happy
all
today.
Happy.
They were swarming me at the food dish when they saw the bag.
Okay, do we have that question?
Let me see. No, January girl, can you write that question again? There's a little delay. I can see that. Yeah. So there's just a little
Or
delay.
another one. Whichever. There we go.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I actually don't remember that very well. That's me.
Okay.
Watch it, son, man. He almost knocked the camera over.
Well, we could do a yes/no on this, but I think we're going to do 3 cards and just see what kind of things it says about going back.
Okay.
It will point out whether it'll be to your financial benefit or not. Do you want to do it that way, or do you want to do a yes/no? I think we'll try it.
3 cards is fine.
We have time because we're doing fine. Well, sorry for all the mishaps in the beginning of our show. I wonder if, I don't know if we can cut any of that out. for people who will be watching
Yeah, I'll
later.
probably will do a
but-
little edit of it later so that I can get rid of the no sound portion.
Oh man.
No,
Sorry
that was
about
actually
talk
our.
about Mercury retrograde. This is so typical. And my system at work went down today for over an hour, about an hour and a half. So that was kind of unusual as well.
Okay, focusing on the question.
Oh, you meant the new career? Okay. Well, we'll focus on that. You got it.
Yeah. There you go.
There's some mixed bag here now.
It's mixed.
It's definitely mixed. You have the Eight of Swords reversed. You have the Two of Cups reversed. And you have the Knight of Coins upright. Now, I can't remember if you said this particular job could be a big risk or very good or just okay. Well, I sense that a little bit because maybe that's why this card is here. Because, okay, with the Eight of Swords reversed, it looks as though there is some movement. Like you are focusing on the new, I think. It's a little bit tenuous, but you are
Yeah.
moving towards it.
You have
I
to
really
be careful.
feel.
There's still maybe some things you don't know yet that you need to know.
Yeah. And I sense here that this card, this is just my feelings, maybe you'll disagree, is about the old job. That you are parting ways from the old job, the Two of Cups reversed. You're definitely parting ways from something to the other. And then we have the Knight of Coins upright. And the Knight of Coins is kind of like, to me, a new opportunity or a new job. Again, that's kind of reinforcing that. I don't know if this is better financially for you, but that could be possible as well, that it could lead something that's better financially for you.
Right. With that, I think it's that it's opening up into a new financial movement for you. But I also am getting just the slight feeling that maybe it's not incredibly exciting for you compared to some other things you've done, or that you sort of feel like there's a little bit of containment for you of just sort of playing a more, not necessarily quiet role, but just a solid role, like you're just sort of presenting as normal, or...
Our list is filling out. I have to make a statement because
Okay.
somebody new joined us, Sharon. And Sharon, no worries. Our live streams are always free readings, but we have a list. And the earlier you get to our live streams, the quicker you're on the list. So you're down a bit. I'll mention the list in a little while, and you're going to have to repeat your question when your time comes, just to let you know how things work here a little bit. Welcome to the stream. If you subscribe, you'll know when we're streaming. Get on as soon as you can, and you get on the list earlier.
Yes, Jenna, you can be on the list
And
too.
Jenna, I put you on right after Sharon.
Kayla, we did not miss your turn.
You are all set, Kayla. No worries. We're going to keep going because we got a big list now.
So where I
So-
was with that was
Yes.
that this financial thing just probably doesn't present as incredibly exciting to you, or not exciting. It's just very dependable though, so you sort of feel good about that. That there's a sense of this is really a dependable job for you or career for you if you do that.
Okay, I'm going to draw a couple Lenormand for you, January girl, and then we will move on. So this looks interesting. I do think it's going to end up good for you, but it's clearly a parting of ways that I know you have found a little difficult, at least according to the Two of Cups reversed.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bittersweet there.
Well, I drew some interesting cards here. I drew the Tree upright. Well, it doesn't matter. They're all upright. What am I saying? And the Dog. And so what this is telling me once again, let me see what you said there.
So the new one, the financial thing, is more dependent on how much you apply yourself, because otherwise it's just kind of like a real steady thing. So you either have to be able to be more dynamic or have to be allowed to be more dynamic to make a difference, I guess is what it's saying.
I don't know. You've got the tree and you've got the dog, and these are both positive influences here. Like you may meet a mentor or a friend or somebody who might be very helpful to you. And also, this is telling me that this job is going to be a very comfortable, sales can be very high pressure. So I don't know how you're feeling about that right now, but it seems to me that it's going to be a fairly comfortable environment. You're going to feel pretty at home there. And also maybe that there's something you're going to be able to grow into. If not there, it's going to maybe open some other doors for you. But I sense there's some growth here.
I can't add too much to that. I do feel that the environment just seems to be good and that you're going to find good friends, or you're going to find loyalty there. You're going to feel loyalty.
That's
you're going to be able
point.
to display
Yes.
loyalty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, because it's the dog who could be more loyal than our fearless dog companions.
Alrighty.
And so that's what I have for you, January girl. We're going to move on to Acel, who is next. Hey, Acel.
Hi, Acel.
Welcome to the stream.
And you are welcome, January
Again,
girl.
welcome back. And after Acel will be Lakeisha, Kayla, Violet Ann, Warda, Vicky, Josephine, Chris, Sharon, and Jenna. We'll get to you all, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Now, one warning for all the new people here. Remember that if you aren't here when we call your name, we give you a few minutes, but then we have to move on down the list and put you at the bottom of the list. So if you got to take breaks, make sure you check in often because you could miss your turn.
So we are still waiting for Acel.
You're welcome, January girl. Good luck with the new job.
Go ahead and type in their name.
Acel, we know you're with us. Well, the cats have flown the coop for the moment.
They have.
Woohoo, I have table space. So while we're waiting just a moment more for Acel, if they don't come back, they're going to have to go down the list. I'm just going to show everybody that I also got the Everyday Witch Tarot to go with my Everyday Witch Oracle. And there are some really cool cards in this deck. I can't wait to start using it. I thought, do I really need another witch deck? Do I really need another witch deck? Because I have a number of them. But yes, I needed this one.
That would be fun to see that.
It is really cool. And I'll talk more about it some other time when we have time. Does Acel back?
No, so I think we should probably move on.
We're going to have to move on. One more deck that I showed before that I have, and I still haven't cracked, but I'll show soon.
Okay.
Is the Forest of Enchantment.
Hi, Acel. Go ahead and type in a question.
Type in your question right now, Acel. Because we have been waiting. All right, I'm going to use, do you mind if I use the Crow's Tarot?
Go ahead.
You say anything but the big deck. Monticello, we need that question now.
I think they're probably typing it in.
Okay. I'm going to shuffle and be ready. Well, this is not, the Deborah Blake deck is not big. It's a big box. It's a normal size deck. Both of those decks are. They came with really complete books. I'm very pleased. The artwork on the Everyday Witch Tarot is really awesome. It's really cool.
I wanted to take a moment to send out a special wish for healing and happiness to our really dear person in our lives, Junior Goddess.
Yes.
We wish them a lot of healing and health. They've just
came
had
out
a
of
situation.
surgery.
And so we're just saying hi to them if they're watching, possibly.
And also to Suzanne, our trainer, who also has somebody who's in the hospital right now that they're very concerned about.
So, say a prayer if you will.
So let's see what we've got. Does
Okay.
my ex-cancer still love me?
Thank you,
Okay,
Vicki.
we're going to give it a
Thank
shot.
you, everybody.
And I think we're going to try a yes, no on this one, a sell, to see what we get. And if we have to draw some other cards, we will.
Alrighty. And tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time will be another episode of Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, which is the weekly forecast on your emotional ups and downs or currents or undercurrents.
I will not be on it.
But please watch anyway. And we're not reading any haiku or any spells or anything
I was
like
only
that.
on it for the Super Tarot Love Week. Now my time is up.
And we're going to make that available too.
Yes, we are. By the way, did it come out? Did our final USA predict come out yet?
Yes. No, it's scheduled to go Saturday, I think.
So Saturday will be our final, and our USA predictions will be coming out. Is this on the ground for a reason? You dropped it?
It fell and I'm choking to death.
Okay, well, you were supposed to cut the cards, I think. So the star fell, which is positive. There may be hope. We'll see what the cards say. I'm going to shuffle once and then leave it for you to cut, but I will count them out.
I'm not sure what I'm choking on.
Do you need a cough drop?
I have one and it's gone, so if you have another.
I certainly do. Here.
Working on it.
Okay, let me see what we get for a sell.
And we have Bright Light with us too.
Oh, hi, Bright Light.
That helps.
Well, you know, Asel, I think there is hope. I don't want to give you too much hope, but this is leaning towards yes. There is an Ace of Cups. There is an Ace of Wands. And there is a Ten of Pentacles. So I think I'm going to ask, so you're saying an ex, were you married or just in a relationship?
I thought they had indicated a marriage before.
I can't remember, so that's why I'm asking. And the reason I'm asking is because of the Ten of Pentacles here. The reason is because I'm sensing that, there might feel some ties because, you felt like family to them in a way, if this makes sense to you. There's some familial feeling. There's some comfortability.
Didn't we get that before?
I don't remember if we did. I really can't. But, yeah, I've got you on I've got you on now, Bright Light. I was going to add you. You are on. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm feeling. Okay, married. All right, they're married. Oh, are you saying they're married now? It seems as though, at any rate, that there's some familial feeling that is remaining. It could be love. It just could be some kind of deep connection, that they still feel for you. I think something is still there, is what I'm getting from the cards here. I'm going to pull some Lenormand and see if there's something.
I mostly feel that way too. I can't really add to that, but I think there was something about them wanting to create their own family.
Oh, okay. Well, it's interesting. I drew the sun. And I drew the mountain path. So, in this situation, as far as their feelings go, they may have some feelings for you, but I'm sensing here, and this is just the way I'm looking at the way these cards came up, is that they may be very happy on the path they're on right now, that they're not willing to go back, that they're happy where they are right now.
They think of you perhaps with the love that was and with the fondness, but I think Banshee's right. I think that there's a feeling there because of the depth of love, but there's something else that they had
pulling them in another direction.
They had to move on.
Yeah. And that's what we have for you today, Acel. I hope that helps. And, I'm sorry we have better news, but it depends what you're looking for here and why. But I sense that there is some feeling that maybe this person will always have for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are moving on to Lakeisha. You are up. And then Kayla, Violet Ann, Warda, Vicky, Josephine, Chris, Sharon, Jenna, and Bright Light. You're welcome. So where are we? We are on Lakeisha. Your time is now.
And I'm going to use the Santa Muerte.
Okay. And we still have some conversation hearts left. No treats. I still have some goofy conversation hearts left to eat. Oh, gee, it looks like I've got a dreamy gal pal, according to this. Okay.
Is that your Pisces friend, Margaret?
Could be. Yeah, one of my old friends got in touch with me lately. Funny you should mention that. That's right.
Lakeisha.
That's the Did you hear that?
Oh, was that the calendar?
That was the calendar falling in the bathroom.
They knock it off the wall. Okay, and it was sunny then, I think.
Oh my gosh. Or he was in there at the time. I don't know if they do it. I have a calendar on the wall in my bathroom, and it keeps falling off the wall and off the hook, and I think the cats are pulling it down.
We haven't heard from Lakeisha.
Yeah, Lakeisha, what's up? Are you with us? Type the name. You did not.
Lakeisha.
Lakeisha. Lakeisha, we're giving you another few minutes, but if not, we got to move on. I was so excited you got up earlier in the list, too. There you go. Okay.
Okay, great. We got you.
We got you.
I've already shuffled.
I know. I was going to cut after I shuffled.
Yeah, but I've had to tell you twice.
I'm trying to keep up now.
You are doing better. You are doing better.
I'm trying. Long day at work. Crazy day today. Oh.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what Jenna's asking.
Well, go ahead and start with the cards while I take a peek.
Okay. Well, you got the Devil card in this deck. Upright. You have the King of Pentacles reversed. And you have...
You can still show it.
the Two of Pentacles upright. So basically, the Devil card is indicating to me what's coming up for you. Well, what's coming up for you is you have to watch yourself a little bit here. There may be some tendencies towards obsessive behaviors of some sort. You'd be the best judge of what that might be. It could be, too much food, too much drink, too much wallowing in self-pity. There's some upset or too much maybe pining over a relationship that's gone or an obsession with a person or an individual. And then I have this King of Pentacles reversed. And the King of Pentacles reversed is somebody who's, I don't know, they're really slow and kind of irritating in a way, wouldn't you say? They're kind of...
Well, they're a little bit of a drag, and they're probably the person that maybe you're trying to do some kind of business with, but they're not really amenable. They're not really good for you in a business sense.
Or a relationship sense, really.
Yeah, I don't feel relationship from that card. I think it's more like a partner in other respects. And I do feel like maybe they're the person that's sort of contributing to that Devil energy, which to me is also possibly these are both work or career related. With this one here, this is just saying you're having a time of balancing those situations there, because it looks to me like things are changing in your career or your workplace, and part of that is a person who is just maybe kind of trying to make it more difficult.
Yeah, I know. It could be a boss. It could
Yeah.
be. The other thing is, yeah, you have the Two of Pentacles. So, it seems to me this is a period where you're going to have to be juggling a lot of stuff. And if I take the Two of Pentacles and the Devil together, for example, it's kind of like making sure that your life and your work-life balance is together. If you're in school right now, your school life balance, whatever the case may be. I think it's going to be a juggling act, and you got to be careful, because if we don't get enough sleep or we're overeating, problems develop. So you've got to watch the tendency to get into patterns that aren't very healthy for you. I think that's going to be a main focus of what's coming for you right now.
Okay.
And let me try the Lenormand. And so Jenna, I think, was asking about those photos. We got them on the Facebook page, right? Is the photo from that convention she was at? You showed me a picture, I thought.
Yeah,
Yep.
but she says it's not the pictures that she sent to me. It's about another Facebook
Oh.
page. We probably
Okay.
aren't friends on that page. I'll be honest, I don't really do a lot with the cosplay community or the convention community. I mean, I like looking at things, but I'm not terribly involved. I don't know too many people doing that.
Although he's heavy into comics and sci-fi and
Yeah, but I've never gone to a
horror
convention.
movies and stuff and Dark Shadows. He's always wanted to go to a Dark Shadows convention.
Yeah, I would, but I haven't yet.
And
it's
yeah,
probably getting less likely that I will.
So the other cards I have for you, this is intriguing to me. We do have the Moon. And we have the card of love, the hearts. So, this could be a period where you could meet somebody, and start a successful relationship. At any rate, this could also mean that some success is going to come to you soon that you are going to be very, very happy and overjoyed about, because it's the heart. It could just mean happiness and enjoyment as well. But it's a clear sign to me also of a possible romance, coming in the next 3 months. I would say about 3 months. That's
Okay.
what I see.
Right, that's what I see too with that. And I'm sorry about being distracted a little bit here. I'm just trying to answer all the questions. But I also think too that part of that is that the way it starts maybe is it starts differently than what might be normal, because maybe you just don't really feel that's way. It's sort of like a surprise, or it's a mystery that this relationship possibly comes to you.
Uh-oh. Hey, off my cards, off my cards. Okay. All right, let's move them. I think that's what we have for you, as Sunny has now intervened. Oh, did you see how he flopped down?
That
And
was
on my
gross.
conversation hearts. Okay, so Kayla, you are up. And after Kayla, Lakeisha keeps putting in her question.
We did your reading.
We just did your reading, Lakeisha.
The last one we did that was
That
for
was
you,
yours.
those cards.
So you might have to check out the stream, which is like, it'll be almost just 50 minutes in to the stream. You're going to have to watch it because we just finished it.
The last two cards presented the idea of a relationship coming in several months, or the
Yeah,
possibility of one.
but the other cards seem to relate to trying to keep a balance with your body and your body, mind, and spirit. And work-life balance, basically. You're going to be working on a lot in the next month ahead. And trying not to overindulge in anything. So, hey, Kayla, you are, okay, you want a general. After Kayla is Violet Ann, and then Warda, Vicky, Josephine, Kristen, Sharon, Jenna, and Bright Light. You typed your question in, and we did your reading already. Did you type that out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, you were the very last reading we did, Lakeisha.
Yeah, we just did it. So you're going to have to watch the live stream to catch it if you missed what we said. It's like 10 minutes before the next hour. So you're going to have to move it up to about 50 minutes. What would you say? 50 minutes into the stream? 45 minutes into the stream. And try to catch it. Because I'm not going to repeat the whole reading
We
now.
did mention your name too, so
Yeah.
that marks, yeah. Okay, we got to move on.
Yeah, I don't know if we're having communication glitches here, but it's Mercury retrograde. So Kayla wants a general. And I'm going to use this one again.
Well, we don't do the reading by typing back to you. We do it live once we know
we've
what
been
your question
talking.
is.
Right, we do it live.
So, I'm not understanding, but that's Mercury retrograde for you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing, Kayla, a general reading now.
Yeah. So you've been watching the stream, everybody, and you can see we're reading for everybody live. That's what we do. That's what the free readings are. Someday when we set up our pay-for readings, we'll probably do, back and forth chat like that or something. We will figure out how we're going to do it. We're working on
More
it now.
interactivity of some sort.
Or they'll be videoed. We're not sure.
Do I shuffle?
Yes, you may.
He's such a little bother.
I know, he's just thumping on the table. I don't understand what the problem is here. Sonny has an attitude, everybody.
You can't say you missed us because you're here all the time when we're doing this. Okay, I'm going to cut him now for Kayla's reading. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. He knows it.
He definitely knows it.
Okay, what do
All
you
right. Well, we have the Seven of Wands upright. We have the beautiful Page of Cups upright. And we have the Knight of Coins reversed. So basically, I'd say right now is a good power time for you, Kayla. It shows you standing above the competition or, maybe things that might bring you down. You're above the fray. Right now, you're in a good place. It's a happy place. It's a comfortable place. Well, maybe not too comfortable because you kind of have to fight a little bit to maintain, that good position that you have. Whether it's with your health, whether it's with a job, whether it's with school, whether it's with a relationship, you're up above the rest.
See, I kind of think it's like that. It's a little bit of that is about the realm of emotions, and it may not necessarily be so much about a particular person that you might be interested in getting to know better or create a relationship with. It may just be the relationship you have with yourself that you're acknowledging a part of your character. And I think that the other thing going on too, though, is that there may be a little bit of a financial outlay on something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I didn't get to that or the page,
Yeah.
but the
Well, I covered that, but I think that's sort of like the coming or going of some money, and I think it's connected to repairs or something like that. Maybe it's something about movement, maybe.
Well, I feel, yes, like he did cover the page. It's about happiness and joy, some maybe positive news coming your way that's going to make you feel really good. But alternately, there does seem to be something weighing on a financial level. Some bills are going to come to roost maybe that you didn't expect. Something's coming in that's going to possibly affect your financial well-being a little bit. I don't know how major it is since we have such good cards here. I'll see if anything...
Yeah, they're mostly good.
Yeah, I'll see if anything comes up in the Lenormand on that. And you, stop messing with my tablet. Sheesh. Okay, let's see what I got. Okay, Kayla. Wow, got some nice powerful cards here for you. I got the Mama Bear card, which I always call it the Mama
You're
Bear.
welcome, Lakeisha.
And I also have the dog card for you, Kayla. So basically, I think that, you're going to maybe encounter, maybe you have a very powerful friend. This is what it looks like to me. Somebody, who's very strong, very empowering person. You're going to be interacting with this person quite a bit. I think they're going to be a real ally for you in the coming couple months ahead. And this is a very good person, somebody very good.
Yeah, they really are twin qualities describing the same person. So it may be a person who becomes an ally that you already know, or maybe a new person who fills this role. Did you say it was more like business or employment?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I think it's more personal. But it could be business because the bear, talks about power in a lot of different ways. So on some level, it could be maybe a business friend, but somebody who can be of a big help to you in some way. Somebody you can lean on, for support in some way as well.
Even if you already know them, I get the feeling like somebody's just going to remind you about them or introduce you to them if you don't know them, that kind of thing.
So that's what we're seeing for you right now, Kayla. Not bad.
Okay, thanks, January Girl, for that feedback. That was good. And thank you, Lakeisha. You're welcome.
Fine. Our cards were consistent. Okay.
It's a metaphoric
well, that is
red dot.
good. And you know what? That's what you need to pay attention to. If you ask the same question, you look for patterns, And
It's
if there
good to do
isn't
that.
patterns, that might also be a sign that maybe you are asking too much. So I think this is just reinforcing because it's trying to tell you something. This is what it is. Okay, Violet Ann, you are up.
So I guess on that moment we should
Warda,
display.
Vicky, Josephine, Kristen, Sharon, Jenna, and Bright Light. I see we have another person who's come into our chat, but you'll have to wait your turn, Lisa, and type your question later. I'll put you on the list, but you're at the bottom of the list I just mentioned. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in front of you, Lisa.
Oh, we got to get going.
We have to get going. We're at the last hour, and we have 8 readings.
Okay, this is Violet Ann.
This is Violet Ann's. How's love life looking for the next 2 weeks? Uh-oh. That's a pretty short order, so we'll see what they say. Let me get these cards away from my sunny cat. All right, we got to play with the pen or something. He's getting antsy.
There you go.
There. Well, don't get him too close to the camera.
He's hooked in my skin.
Uh-oh. Jenna, let's see. There's still a number of people in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counting Violet Ann, it's 6 people in front of you. We're moving now. Honest. Okay, I'm cutting.
Mm-hmm. Violet Ann's love life for the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
3 cards. Oh, and the swords reversed.
And what's that?
Reversed and 6 of Wands upright.
Well, interesting. Okay, so this is the 8 of Swords, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the 8 of Swords is reversed, and it seems to me that means we didn't hold up the cards at all, some movement is going to happen in your relationship realm. It looks like it's positive, but the 8 of Swords, it's really kind of...
I don't get exactly that.
Yeah.
I think it's more like just sort of leaving some people around that make you feel edgy emotionally, that kind of thing.
You're moving on to a new crowd, perhaps, and
Maybe.
so things are uncertain.
Well, right, because it looks to me like, there's just a little hint of some, I won't say danger, but just sort of mystery, aloofness, people that are playing secretive, secretive.
And the moon is reversed. They may try to play secretive, but it looks to me like things might reach the light of day.
Yeah, you're going to see that.
You're going to see right through some of these people, I
so
think.
those don't sound good for personal encounters or situations necessarily.
Yet.
The 6 of Wands does sound a lot better because it does sort of seem like you're you're more respected for your honesty and for being in charge or of your agency, your own agency, your sense of your realm of emotions.
What did you do with my pen, Mr. O?
It's over here.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, and the moon. Okay, so I do feel like the Six of Wands is some kind of victory, some kind of positive development, yet it sounds like you're going to have to move away from something to make it happen. And, you know, the other thing, if I look at the moon reversed, maybe it's saying keep your eyes wide open, you know, because not everything that you might encounter is necessarily good for you. So, you know, a relationship for relationship's sake is never good, you know, or not always. So, you know, you have to hope that it's going to be something that's really going to be worth your while.
Well, just depending on how you meet people, some people, you know, they may be more deceptive about, you know, where their background is. They don't want to tell you if they already have a relationship or if they've just broke up or if they have children.
That's
or,
true.
You know, things like that. Because everybody wants to put their best foot forward. So it may not necessarily be devious. It's just that people don't necessarily want to tell everything. So what do you got there?
Well, for the most part, I think, you know, you are going to shine. You're going to be at your best right now. So in some ways, this is a good time for you to, you know, put yourself out there, so to speak. And it's also showing the bear, which is like a sign of empowerment. So I feel that this is a real good time for you to kind of stretch your wings and
Right, despite what the tarot said, it's a good time for you to actually be venturing forth. You just have to do it carefully, but also with the knowledge that you know you're peering inward more. You know, you're being more serious about trying to know the answers.
It's interesting we have the sun and the moon.
That's true.
I know. So kind of an interesting reading for you there, Violet Ann. I hope that helps. Oh, you absolutely better keep your eyes wide open with those dating sites.
Must have hurt.
You know, that third eye wide open. Absolutely, you know. Go with your gut. If it doesn't feel right, you know, it probably isn't. Hey, Warda, you are up. Are you with us, Warda? It's your turn. And then we have Vicky, Josephine, Chris, Sharon, Jenna, Bright Light, Lisa. So I think we're moving along. We'll get through all this. We still have time.
All right, so we're waiting for Warda.
Let's give Warda a moment. And while we're waiting for Warda, oh, maybe I should warm up my big deck. We haven't read with it
Well,
yet.
eventually Banshee's going to have another episode of the Soul Stories, so you can see that.
It will
information.
happen. Seriously, I've been thinking a lot about it. I'm going to rattle off 2 of them in a row when I
If you
take
go
them.
to our channel, we just released the next month's episode of the monthly modality messages. And this is a unique sort of way of using astrology with tarot cards, yes?
Can I chat about the modality a minute?
Go right ahead,
No.
dear.
I'm just going to have to say, you know, tarot readers have their on days and their off days. And I don't know, you know, I just didn't feel it when we were doing that video.
I still think it's a valid reading.
It's a valid reading, but it is what it is. And I feel like I could have done better in the reading. So it's only the second one we've done. So bear with us. And if you think this one was kind of, you know, I don't blame you, but check out the next one.
Right,
I
it was only the second
you
time we did it, so hopefully we're going to get better with it.
it'll be
Because
better.
a part of it is it isn't exactly like the astrology most people
No.
use that's related to your elemental connections to other air signs or fire signs or whatever that is.
Type Warda.
It's more about the modality thing, which is really a different concept, even for us.
Last call for Warda. Oh, don't you just want to shuffle that big deck?
No. Since you asked.
Last call, Warda.
Warda may have left.
I'm going to put Warda on the bottom unless she pops up really fast.
Who's next?
So next on the list is Vicky.
Vicky, and there you are. Don't go anywhere. And I can't do these. Not easily.
Okay, so what's your question, Vicky?
Will I reunite with R in April?
Okay,
Okay. Straight
Well-
yes or no? How do you want to do that?
let's do a yes, no. And then
Did you already shuffle?
I did, yes, I did.
Okay.
Were you going to cut them?
Go ahead, you can cut them, and then I'll let you
Okay.
pick them up too. Because they're so big.
I'll count them. They are giant cards. They're very modern day images. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, they are too big. 3, 4. My goodness. And they're so new, they're really slick. Cat.
The cat just turned the camera away. Hello.
Well, they're not perfect. What was the question again? Shoot. Stop that.
Will they reunite with R in April?
Man,
Oh, don't be that way.
I'm going to say no, but I'm going to say something's happening here. Let me just count
So
this
it's
to
leaning
make sure.
towards no, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
2. I just want to make sure I did this right.
Yeah, you
4,
did,
5,
Jenna.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yep, there are 13. Yeah.
So you didn't
Okay, so you got, it's leaning towards no. They are not bad cards, though. We have the Knight of Wands,
upright.
upright. We have the Ace of Wands upright, which is just the placeholder card. And we have the Six of Swords upright. So you notice that Six of Swords here, that woman has like luggage, you know, like somebody's moving or moving on. I don't know if that's you or I don't know if it's the other person, but there is some movement. And the Knight of Wands indicates that too in a way because that's a card of swift movement. But it's leaning towards no, so is this a quick move away? What do you say, Mr. O?
Well, it is leaning towards no, so it doesn't mean that it wouldn't happen in March or in May or some other time.
They are bigger than my hands.
But
And
it
I have
does
big
seem to
hands.
feel like the energy's moving away and that maybe something else is actually going to start. So I don't know if that's what you want to hear, but that's what I'm sort of feeling is like that energy is going away or you're moving away from it. And maybe it doesn't feel that way now, but maybe somewhere around April it will. I don't know. It's just what the cards feel like to me. Do you want to throw a letter, Mom?
I don't see anything bad with the move or the cards that we drew other than, you know, maybe it's not the answer you were wanting to hear.
Yeah, maybe that they won't be able to see you when you're there.
Oh. Well, let's see.
There's movement.
Well, it's
again.
interesting because I have the Man card. And yeah, I've got the Rider card, which is news or movement. You know, it's possible that they may, I wonder, maybe you will see, there's 2 ways I could read this. You might be able to see him on the trip because the Rider kind of is that card. You're on a trip and you're traveling, and it can indicate that. And there's a man here.
It just could represent the other person that you're thinking of. We don't know who that
Right.
person is.
But the other element to this is that it could also mean that this person might be on the move right now, and that's why you're not going to be able to hook up with them. I think that might be possible too. So
Yeah, I guess it's sort of not exactly known right now. You might want to ask us again closer to April or before your trip.
But right now it's leaning towards no with some caveats.
That's what it looks like.
There, you know, it's like, yeah. It's definitely traveling going on. It's interesting because you are traveling to see them. And it's funny because we got that Six of Swords, which is a card of movement and travel. So it's an interesting reading, but I'm not sure we got a clear-cut answer for you. But I do think it's leaning towards no.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can really say because we don't really know. Yeah. But it
Hey,
looks like no right
Josephine,
now.
you are up.
Hi, Josephine.
And after Josephine is Chris, Sharon, Jenna, Brightlight, Lisa, and Werda if they have returned.
And I'm just going to warm these ones up. You said Josephine, right?
I did. Hey, Josephine, type your question. We're here. Oh, Chris, I have even bigger ones. Oh, yeah, that's right, the Lover's Tarot.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't bring out the giant ones, but I brought out the smaller set for
Whether
for
JB
Super
misses
Tarot
the
Love
cards.
Week.
Do you think that's a yes or no, or how do you want to do that?
Let's see. Let's throw 3 cards on that one.
Okay, we're going to throw 3 cards for Josephine.
And I've got bigger cards too. That alchemical tarot I just bought by the artist and scientist Tossig is his name. Is really big too. Not quite as big as the Lovers one, but pretty big.
Sure.
Definitely bigger than these. Or about, do you think they're about the same size, the Tossig deck? The
No,
alchemical?
I think they're not quite that big. I think
Oh,
they're
really?
almost that big. I think they're a
Okay.
little smaller.
Oh.
Oh, who notices things like that, Chris?
I knew what you meant.
We knew what you
Because I remembered what we gave you.
Okay, back to cut. So this is Josephine's question. We're on now.
Yep. Okay.
And I'm going to pull 3 cards. Ooh. Hard to say.
Well, it's so positive that I hate to give, I don't like to give any false hopes. But you have the 9 of Cups here upright. You have the 2 of Coins here upright. And you have the King of Wands upright. So I don't know, Josephine, if this is a fire sign we're dealing with, the person you're asking about.
JB could be satisfied in their life. They could feel
Yeah.
their life is content.
But also that's a card of desire, and it says so right
Well,
on
that's
there.
true, too.
And so she's asking, do they think of, cares and
Yeah,
misses
I
them?
guess that's very likely too.
Well, what I'm going to say is there's a high probability that there is some care and concern. I don't know, if this card is indicating that JB is happy in their life as they have it now, or if they think happy thoughts about you. I think it's possible that they are thinking, some positive thoughts about you.
I think that they're maintaining a facade of sorts, or they're maintaining a stiff upper lip, that they're creating a situation of balance or control that may be masking some of that emotionality on the inside. And then the other thing too is that, is there like martyr-like qualities about that person? Like, do they suffer in silence? Do they want to be the person who loves you but can't tell you ever? That kind of, twisted fairy tale meme,
Really, King of Wands, eh? Okay. Well, it sounds like,
It's just what I picked up.
it sounds like when this person's in a relationship, they can be very devoted if they want to be. They can be very quick to commit if they want to be. But it's do they want to be? This card of duality sometimes concerns me a little bit here. Like maybe there is somebody else in the
Feedback.
picture. Oh.
And see, that's that whole maintaining the facade. I mean, we
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that as balance, but to me, this card is saying you're hiding something too. You might be affecting this appearance, but you're hiding something.
So they might
Really
be
shares their problems.
hiding some hurt feelings, or maybe some remorse that they do feel about the way things turned out.
Yeah, it could be, and I get the feeling though that maybe you are somehow still there in your thoughts, their thoughts.
Let me see if I see anything else here with the Lenormand. Rarely shares problems. So that falls into what you were talking about, the martyr kind
The
of.
stoic kind of thing. And it's just what I felt there combined with that one. On its own, this would just be this and is still a magnetic personality, but they're tinged with this level of hiding. Are ya? Oh,
The following Friday.
good luck
Okay.
on your new job. You'll have to let us know how that goes.
So it's not this Friday, but the following Friday. Well, you got more time off to prepare. It's awesome.
What you got?
Well, I got a couple things. Obviously, I pulled two. I've got the fish, which are usually a positive thing. And I've got the clouds, which is not such a positive thing. This person, I think, might be preoccupied with somebody else or somebody's else.
Well, they're swimming around, but they're not quite making their mark at any rate. So the thing is that maybe they're still not settled emotionally, so they're just sort of aimlessly wandering, but they don't necessarily have purpose.
It doesn't seem like they're very happy right now. You know, I'm thinking about this relating to them and not you, and I'm sensing that they're not very happy with the situation they've created for themselves. So what I would say to you is there's a high probability there's some feeling, but I'm not sure they're in the mindset to maybe like reconcile or anything like that at this point. Do you see anything like that, for example?
I don't really see that. What I just see is sort of they're maintaining an appearance of sorts, and or that maybe they're trying to be involved elsewhere, but they're not exactly. They're sort of like they're doing it for the motion of it. It's that whole facade thing, but I don't think they're doing it in earnest because they're still sort of unhappy.
That's what we have for you today, Josephine.
Alrighty.
All the best. All the best, and
luck.
thanks for coming back. And hey, Chris, I know you posted your question
All right.
already.
No, you're fine, Chris. Thank you.
You're fine. You're right on time because you were next anyway.
It doesn't look like that, Josephine, that you will, but it doesn't look like you won't. It just sort of looks like it's status quo is what I'm
It
sort of
doesn't
feeling.
look like it's immediate. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say never, but I'm not seeing it right now. So I would say for the foreseeable future, maybe the next 3 months.
Maybe try asking us in a month or two,
Yeah.
or different questions related.
Hey, okay, so we're on Chris, and after Chris will be Sharon, Jenna, Bright Light, Lisa, and Werda if
You're
they've
welcome.
returned. You're
Okay.
welcome, Josephine. Good to talk to you again, virtually.
General. Okay.
Yep. Let me pick these up.
Here we go, Chris.
Oh, we're using these again?
Yes, we are.
What about my decks?
It's how it makes me feel. Oh, I'm sorry. That's
You're
my
so silly.
very bad attempt at pretending I'm emo.
You emo? Okay. Bad
Whatever.
job.
We didn't have emo when we were young. We had the Moody Blues, and that was a rock band. Okay. Sunman.
Wow, some of the same happy cards have come up and in spades
Wow,
for you,
how
Chris.
interesting.
This is awesome.
And we shuffled
And
those.
Sonny's getting his butt right in the camera. I saw that. Look at this. You have a King of Wands. You have the Knight of Cups.
Let him do it.
No, I'm not. And you have the 10 of Cups. He has to learn some manners.
You're in the cat house.
That's right. So basically, this is all good. You know, I think you can tell the King of Wands. This could be a time where, you know, you're showing a lot of focus. You're really able to get a lot of things accomplished. On one hand, it could mean that. On the other hand, this could be an individual in your life, you know, that could be somebody who is very accomplished at what they do.
I think it's more likely this card is you, that you're in charge of your own affairs and that you're really magnetic and engaging with the circuit that you have to be. The Nine of Cups says you're attuned to your wish, or you're attuned to better living, being content.
you not only got the 9 of Cups, you got
have
the 10 of Cups upright too.
Which is really
to
family.
me, you have wish fulfillment and happiness, you know,
Love
with
through your family.
love for your family, your life at present. It's like you have physical happiness and emotional happiness and spiritual happiness at the same time.
Thanks, Chris.
What's my favorite Lenormand deck? Well, right now it's the Cyril Marchetti. What does he call it? Oh gosh, I can't think of the name. And it's right in front of. No, it's not in front of me here. It's his Lenormand. That's his expanded version Lenormand, gilded Lenormand.
Lay down.
I think that's what it's called.
Lay down, you.
And it's simply beautiful. It's one of my favorites because the expanded edition he added some cards to. But I've been branching out and buying some more Lenormand. I'm going to be adding to my Lenormand. I added this one recently, and I think this one is a lot of fun. And also I saw another deck or two of Lenormand out there that added cards. There's actually a deck called the Maybe Lenormand that uses all the cards in the regular deck of playing cards. So they've expanded it to 52. And I'm really curious about that one because I come from a cartomancy background with the regular deck of playing cards. So I'm very interested to see what those are like. I'm probably going to get that one sooner than later.
We have determined that Sonny very much sees his own image or images he likes to watch on TV or computer screens. He loves to watch himself on the various screens we have here as we monitor ourselves. But the other day, what was it on TV
I need
saw?
a camera. You could put it in the camera. Camera angle. Okay, I have the bear for you, Chris. And I have the birds. The birds.
Use what you have.
And so basically, I think you're going to receive some news that is just going to like really empower you. Whatever it is going to make you feel on top of the world and that you have everything under control. So I don't know if this is related to job, financial situations, or even something to do with your interpersonal relationships. Something is going to make you feel more in control and more empowered. And it looks like it's through news or social media, something like that.
You're selling something, I think. Are you selling property or are you selling something big?
Oh, is that what you feel when you saw this?
Maybe, I don't know. I just get the feeling like maybe you're involved in a deal or you're going to buy something maybe. But I think you're selling. I don't know.
I don't know, but you have some awesome cards.
You do.
I think that things are going to go smashingly well for you for a while here, Chris. So if you're not feeling it now, you should be soon.
And that's what we have for you. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, you know, I bought his expanded version, and when I read for people, I took the extra cards out. You know, and a couple of the extra cards are an extra man and woman card because everybody's trying to get into more diversity now with their images. And like this deck that I used today has, you know, heavy people, skinny people, people of color, people who are white, people who look maybe like Asian. So I think that, you know, people are trying to get more diverse in the cultures and things that they're representing in these cards. All right, so Chris, that's what we had for you. We're moving on to Sharon. We still have plenty of time. Sharon, you are up, so you're going to have to repeat that question. And then we have Jenna, Bright Light, Lisa, and Werda if they've returned.
Well, I thought that Sharon mostly asked the same question, but in different ways.
Yeah, so we want one question.
Clarification.
Yeah.
Just go ahead, Sharon. This is it. We hope you're here.
I know.
Ask us your question.
Oh, so we've got another person. Okay, Christina, I'll put you at the bottom of the list. So hang in there. We don't have too many people you left.
Alrighty, I guess I'm wrong about the selling then.
So why don't you pop in Sharon's name. Oh, there she is. My current partner being honest or dishonest with me. Can you give me a reason why?
Good question,
I
Sharon.
think we're going to throw 3 cards on that.
All right. Do you want me to use them?
I got them.
All right.
Choose these.
Thank you, Chris. And we'll see if we get to you, Christina.
Yeah, we've got you on here. Hopefully we will. We've got a half hour left.
Yeah, we still have some time.
And we're going to get moving.
Okay, Sharon, that is a good question. Thank you.
3 cards. Not a yes, no.
Right. I understand.
I'm ready.
I did the first time. And we are cat-free at the moment.
Oh my gosh, don't say it. Don't jinx us.
He looks around balefully.
Well, I think he was really definitely trying to get attention today, our cat. He would
Okay,
not
shall I cut?
Still. Yes, please.
Sharon, this reading is for you. We are working on your reading now.
Yeah, we've got you, Sharon.
We understand your question.
We've just shuffled the cards for you. Well, I'll tell you what, Sharon, this is a tough one. I think there's a possibility they are being a little bit dishonest with you. We have the 7 of Swords reversed. We have the 2 upright, the 2 of Swords. And then we have the King of Wands reversed. I think he's the one this is the card I'm most concerned about here.
Okay.
Because I sense that this person has maybe some ulterior motives about them. What do you think about the King?
Well, it could be that maybe they're, it sounds like they're in a stalemate of their own and they're balancing between some of their concerns. And so on the one hand, they may be trying to affect something else, a relationship or an aspect of a relationship with someone else. And I don't know if that could represent the person. I sort of see this feeling like maybe they've been trying to make some amends or trying to pull back into the relationship, but things aren't really settled yet.
I'm concerned
There's still
about this.
something there.
Why am I concerned about this? Does this not seem like maybe somebody who might have a little guilt about something?
Could be.
This card, to me, the 7 of Swords reversed is like maybe somebody is laying low because they feel guilty or bad about something right now. They may be trying to cover something up. I'm not going to say it's like an affair or anything like that, but I will say
there's something hidden that they
there's
don't want you to know.
that they're maybe not feeling really good about right now. And that's why things seem to be different or at a stalemate, maybe where you can't, feel, that you're not feeling what's going on there. I definitely sense something's up. Let me pull a couple of Lenormand for you, Sharon, and see if something else comes up there. Lay down.
Squirmy.
Honestly, he has never done this much. Tammy Bambi, welcome. I am going to get you on the list one way or another, girl. I so enjoy tweeting with Tammy. All right. She retweets a lot of our things, too. I really appreciate that.
Okay. I knew something was up.
All right.
So yes to Sharon, it does seem like they are being dishonest, and it's because of something they don't want you to know. I'm thinking it's possibly money related, but not necessarily. It may be about an action they've taken.
Let me throw, the Lenormand is very interesting because I got 2 very light cards here. I've got the birds, and then I've got a letter. So there's news coming to you. I have a feeling that if there's been something that's been covered up, you're going to find out it's going to come to light. You're going to find out what it is. The air will be cleared, and you will know. You will know something soon enough.
Right, because right now you're just sort of standing in position. You have some awareness of it, but you don't really have enough awareness, which is what you've indicated. It is coming to you.
Yeah. So that's what we've got for you. It might be a little bit vague, but something I would say to be looking out for.
Probably sooner than later. I'm going to say that it'll probably be within this month.
I would say, well, this month is, within the next 4 weeks.
Right, within the next 4 weeks or less.
Because this month is almost over. Okay, we're going to move on to, that's what we have for you.
Jenna.
And Sharon, thank you for waiting so long. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Sharon.
We hope you enjoyed the reading, and please feel free to subscribe if you haven't. And hey, Jenna, you are up. And after Jenna is Bright Light, Lisa, Warda, Christina, and then Tammy. And we're just going to keep rolling till we're done. Hey, my only concern is I don't want to miss the dead files at 10 p.m. tonight. But we are going to cut off our list with Tammy. Tammy will be the last one we read for tonight. All right.
I'm getting my groove on. All right, Jenna. General.
General for Jenna. Do you want my deck again?
Yes.
The big one? No.
Well, over time, my hands do develop the capacity.
You know, some of these decks do present a challenge. You'll be happy to know, Mr. O, that the 2 decks that I bought are very general, normal-sized decks, the new ones I got, which I'll probably be trying soon. The only problem is that one deck, which
my
is...
arthritis thanks you too.
The Forest of Enchantment Tarot, though, does change some of the cards, so that one will be a little trickier. I might have to play with that one a little more first. Here you go.
Alrighty. And so we did a lot of extra content over the last week or two for you. So we're going to probably be laying as low as we can. But it won't be long before more content does come to you.
I am going to be working on my soul stories this weekend, I've decided. So that is going to happen. And I'm going to try...
Sharon.
I'm going to try to cut... Oh, thank you, Sharon.
God bless you, too. Thank you.
I'm going to be getting out 2 Soul Stories videos, but I'll be releasing them one at a time. So I'll have 2 of them done. Well, so now why are all the cards reversed for Jenna?
I don't know.
Doggone it. Okay, Jenna, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Don't lay on them. Oh, man, look what he's... Oh, the Chariot reversed. I get the feeling it's so deliberate. The 2 of Pentacles reversed. So maybe Sunny just doesn't like these cards either. So, right now you got to be careful, don't get too angry. Don't get too upset about things if life is not going your way. Hey, Mercury's retrograde right now. There could be a lot of frustration going on. And that's what I'm sensing here when I see the Queen of Wands. Like there's a lot of frustration, like things aren't moving fast enough for you.
I'm seeing that too. And I know you have like a small employment situation, several hours every couple of weeks. I am wondering if there's a viability there that might shift a little bit, like maybe the next time you need to go there, you're not going to be able to get there. You've mentioned before that either your driving or transportation has been an issue in the past, and I'm just wondering if in a future occasion that's going to be a situation for you.
Are you referring to the Chariot with that then?
Yeah.
It does seem like, again, it's interesting. We have this frustration here, and then we have the Chariot reversed here, and that's like, again, movement that's sputtering, that's not happening. Things are not happening.
A lot of times I see that as a literal metaphor for a car or transportation, but it can also mean about our sense of ambition and our sense about willingness to, put out, that kind of thing. The 2 of Coins reversed does seem to indicate that some of this is emotionally perplexing or bothersome. It's not majorly that way, but it's frustrating as hell in a way.
Well, that's another sign of frustration, but it's also just saying that, there's some things you just have to start taking care of and getting in order and getting back in balance again. One way or another, as best you can, if there are obstacles that need to be surmounted, find those ways around them. And also find ways...
So this sort of talks about impatience in general, maybe, that they're experiencing.
I think it does. Or, and it does seem like, right now the cards are indicating and just letting you know, it's a slow go. Things are just going to be slow, and you're going to have to deal with that, I'm afraid.
And you feel it right now more so because Mercury is retrograde. Everything feels like it's slow motion or it's not connected. You know, messages aren't working, computers aren't working, printers aren't working, all of that kind of stuff. And I've been petting Sunny, and his hair is flying all over my face, and I'm itchy. He is a little bother.
Uh-oh. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a caution here, Jenna. This is the, those evil mice. They've made a reappearance.
Uh-oh.
And it's come with the health card, you know, with the tree. So, you know, you might be feeling under the weather sometime soon. So take care of yourself. Kind of maybe be proactive now to try to avoid a sick spell, because I indicate, you know, maybe a lot of the stress or frustration is going to get to you.
It's definitely nerves. So the
You're
thing is
letting
you
it
just
get
need
to you.
to do some self-care. You do need to not worry, because you are possibly working up your stomach or something like that is what I'm thinking. So just try to chill.
This is only a phase. I think it will pass. This is just what's happening right now. And, you know, I sense some frustration.
And it's always easy for somebody else to tell you to chill.
I know.
We know that. But, you know, that's why you're here, looking for advice or some input. So here we are telling you, chill, baby.
Take a chill pill. You know, whatever that may be for you. Chamomile tea. Take breaks. Meditate. You know, take walks.
Okay. Why don't you chat with me later on, or when you can, on the Facebook email, and we'll get to the bottom of the thing about the pictures and the group, because I'm just not understanding it, and I'm just too drawn in different directions right now.
Yeah, because there's too much going on.
Yeah.
All right, Jenna, that's what we have for you, and we're going to move on to Bright Light. Hey, Bright Light, you are up, and then comes Lisa, Warda, Christina, and Tammy. And that'll be it for tonight.
All righty.
Thanks so much, you two. Can I ask how Derek feels about me? Oh, your throat. Oh, my. Well, you know what's really silly, Bright Light, is whenever
welcome,
I
Jenna.
have a sore throat, you know what works for me? And it's going to burn even more for a little bit, but salsa. I always have some nice hot salsa with chips. And for some, you know, maybe it's that, you know, the heat. You know how those peppers, they say, have healing properties to them? I think it does something, and it does make your throat feel better. So I always end up asking for him to bring home some salsa from, you know, a Mexican restaurant or something if I'm feeling a sore throat.
Jenna, you are welcome. Good luck.
Very
and all.
welcome.
And another thing, I've heard Bright Light, and I don't know if you would do this, because I don't even think I would do it, but some people, when they know they're getting something because they feel the tickle in the throat, they feel something in their nose, they take a raw clove of garlic and they hold it in their mouth, or they put it somewhere, and they leave it there for a while, and it literally burns it out, because garlic.
Wait a minute. It took me, no.
Oh, you're going for the salsa. That's what you're going for, not the garlic.
Well, let me just say, Bright Light, that it took me years to like garlic again, because when I was growing up, my mom and aunt used to fill the house with garlic. They always felt garlic would heal them of anything and everything, and the house would reek of garlic, and it made me nauseous, frankly. It took me years to get over that, but I love garlic.
Oh, does she like garlic? But yeah, garlic is really good, but salsa is good, especially the hotter the better as you can take it, you know.
Yeah, only as you can take it. Don't burn your gut out over this, but...
Well, apparently Bright Light has some and has gone to go get it, so there you go.
I really feel
garlic
it works for me.
one.
And you know, they talk about, what is it, what do you call it, the capsaicins? What was this, a general, right? Yeah.
I don't know. No, can I ask how Garrett feels?
That's right, the feelings. Well, it was going to be 3 cards.
Oh, well,
this is deep.
We're in it.
We're in it. Because the first card we drew was the Lover's card, but then we have some issues. We have the Emperor reversed, and we have the Queen of Swords reversed.
You both want to be in charge, and it's not that kind of relationship. I mean, maybe there's aspects where you both can be in charge, but I get the feeling like you both like being in charge. But when one of you is in charge, there's a certain level of destructiveness that's different from when the other one's in charge. In other words, both of you being in charge does sort of make too much destructiveness. I'll be more specific in a moment. Go on.
Well, I don't know. The Lover's card is here, which indicates, there's something. There's some connection. There's some karmic thing going on
It's
here.
strong.
It's wrong.
It's strong.
Oh, it's strong.
It's strong.
I'm
It's
sorry.
a good connection.
It's a big connection. Yet, it seems like you are at odds with each other in some key areas. And like he said, it may be about control. This Emperor reversed could indicate a person who really is very controlling and dominating. And, you got to have to decide how you feel about that.
Well, but then another quality that another person may have is the Queen of Swords reversed, and that is usually a harshness in judgments, in decision making. And the thing is it's not so much about being unfair, it's just being really strictly as fair as possible. In other words, not necessarily taking some humanity into account, just taking the facts into account. And so it's fair, but it's fair with a little bit less people feeling in it, if that makes any kind of sense. Yes. So these qualities could be back and forth between both of you, quite frankly. The other thing, too, though, is that maybe there is a sense that when one is in charge, they're really not in charge. They only think they're in charge because they're really having some issues with how they really do demonstrate their power.
Well, I have some interesting Lenormand cards here.
Uh-oh.
I have the Fox, and I have the Lilies. Nice oriental motif for the lilies they have here. And this is really interesting because to me, this could epitomize two different personalities as well. Somebody who's a little sneaky, crafty, and sly about their business, and somebody who's very innocent and, I won't say goody two-shoes, but somebody who might be a little naive and innocent here. So they have to watch out that this fox, doesn't pull the wool over their eyes.
So ultimately, Eric thinks a lot of you, Derek, and thinks that there is a connection there. But each of you have different ways, and especially him perhaps, because we really did ask more about him, and that they're this person that really wants to be in control, but maybe there's some harshness in how they render judgments. And also, there's something sneaky a little bit, maybe, or something clever at least, like, that maybe they're a colorful liar.
Well, or they're very slick, aren't they? Maybe they're a real slick personality here. They know what to say, how to say it, and could be like that.
Well, I'd say that ultimately they're a good person, but they just have to resolve that judgment and or who's in charge thing.
That's what we have for you, Bright Light. I hope that helps you out.
Alrighty. Moving on.
We're moving on to Lee. What am I up to? Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
If
you're
Lisa
up.
is here, it is your turn now.
Lisa, Warda, Christina, and Tammy. And I think we're going to do good. Ego. Could very well be. Yeah. Well, isn't that
ego.
didn't we have the Emperor reverse? That's kind of it, too.
Yeah, that is it, too, in a way. You're right. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to call for Lisa again, probably typing the question.
Yeah, go ahead and type it in.
Come on, Lisa.
Give them a moment, and then I'll type their name in.
We'll give them just a moment, and a reminder to everybody still with us. We'll be here Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more fun. And don't forget, Mr. Oberon will be releasing his Emotional Exchanges video tomorrow, so you can see what's up with love for the astrological signs for the week ahead.
And we've been fortunate to get permission from some people to use their decks. Such as
the
tonight
name.
we used MJ Cohenhanes, which was really a wonderful deck to use.
So Lisa, last call for you. Lisa may have left us. But gee,
So
Lisa's one
you
of the
can get
worst
us on
things.
Facebook. We do a tarot for the day every day, and it's usually posted in the evening, but it's for the day ahead.
And it
That's
goes
on our
on
Facebook
Twitter.
page. It's also on Twitter.
Last call for... Oh, there
There
you
you
are.
Lisa. Okay.
Okay, would like to know what March has for me in love. New love or old love returning.
Okay, thanks, Lisa.
Let's
We
throw
got
3
you.
cards and see what we get.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
Well, I have a feeling that you might meet somebody from your past.
Ooh,
I dropped the 6 of Cups.
that's a good sign of that.
We have you, Lisa.
Yeah, we've got you, Lisa.
And
Thanks.
here's the cards for you. Go ahead.
I'm going to be shuffling for you now.
Yes, well, see, that's what it is.
Sorry. The cat is like crazy tonight. We've got you, Lisa. I think there's a delay with even the chat, the way it comes through. I don't know if it's our internet connection or what. Okay, Mr. O. Do you want me to pick them up?
Go ahead.
Holy moly. I don't know. He said it could be somebody from the past, but we've got an ace in here, so I think it could be something new.
Well, I didn't realize it, but she even said it in their question.
What?
What March has for me in love? New love or old love?
Yeah.
Return.
Yeah.
Lisa, we know you're here. We've seen this several times.
We've got you. We're
We have
okay.
you, Lisa.
This is your cards. Okay. So right now I'm holding up for you, Lisa, the 9 of Wands upright. The Queen of Wands upright. And the Ace of Pentacles upright. These are all very powerful, good cards. The Nine of Wands seems to indicate to me that, well, I don't know if this is somebody from your past, but I sense that it could be somebody that maybe is coming out of a relationship. You know, maybe they're coming out of it and they're ready to meet somebody like you.
Okay.
And this just shows somebody with a lot of nurturing.
Right, this is you, and you are vibrating towards a love
Yeah.
vibration. This card has a lot of Venus energy about it.
Actually, I think it is you. Yes.
So I think it is you. I think you are vibrating to being in a romance soon.
And this is the start of something very positive and growthful in my mind.
Right. I think you have the prospect also to be with somebody who has a serious income potential. And I think you probably do yourself. I get the feeling like you yourself are involved in that. But I also think, too, that the person you're likely to meet is possibly somebody you already know or from your past, because I did drop a card earlier.
So we're not totally clear on that, but something is happening. And I feel that it's going to be good. Let's see what the Lenormand says, though. Let's just hope they're just as kind.
Sorry about the delay, but at least we understand that's what's going
Yeah,
on.
and we'll have to give a little bit more time in between. I think what I'll have him do is type the name faster, and so that we know you're there.
But yeah, something is definitely happening soon for you, and it's probably somebody who has been around the block a few times, but is ready for you.
I drew the Path card.
Oh.
And I drew
The bouquet?
the bouquet. Now, this could indicate to me that you may have a choice, actually. You might end up with more than one choice coming to you.
And I think you know that because of the way you asked the question, because I think you know that there is a new prospect or also somebody returning or both. So it's what it seems like. It's like you will have a choice. And I guess the person who has the most gifts.
I think.
Well, hey, money. Money.
Well, I I think this means that, you're going to make a really good choice, the
Mhm.
right
Yeah.
choice, one that will be something that will be growthful and beautiful for you. So keep your eyes open. I don't know. This looks really good. And I'll be curious to follow up with you to see what happens here.
You'll have to let us know.
Yeah, very, very positive, Lisa.
Alrighty.
All right, thanks for joining us. And hey, Warda, are you back? I'm only going to call you once or twice because you left us and I don't think you've really come back.
Probably not, but
I'm
we'll
going to
give
let
it the
Mr.
college
O
try.
type the name in. Okay, thanks. We've been debating whether we need an equipment upgrade on our Comcast. I don't know if that's what it is. Maybe we're having some internet slowness, but our streams are going through okay, I think.
Our streams are probably going through about normal. It could be other people's devices.
Yeah, I don't know.
And some of the people we're reading for tend to be far away in the world. We read for people who are 10 or 8 hours distance from us in a time zone. So it might be that. I'm not really sure.
I have no idea. But all right, we're going to move
Thanks
on.
for the information, Chris.
We're going to move on from Warda. Oh, hi, Tarot Mail. I love Tarot Mail.
We're closed.
We're not going to be able to do any more readings tonight, but you're welcome to stay and listen to the chat and subscribe. We will be back on Sunday. And if you come early Sunday, the earlier you come to our chat, the more likely you'll get in for a reading. But we're almost done.
Unfortunately, we're almost out of time and we've only guaranteed to do a couple more readings.
Yep.
So we can't do you today, but we hope you will come back.
Yeah, we hope you'll come back, and we're sorry you're too late tonight. But we're here 2 to 4 p.m. on Sundays. And same time, 7 to 9 p.m. on Thursday nights.
Okay, I think we can move from Warda because
We
they
are.
haven't come back.
Christina, are you with us?
Christina, if you are here.
Christina and Tammy will be our last readings. But thanks for joining us. We really welcome you.
Alrighty. Go ahead, Christina.
So do you have a general question or do you have something in mind, Christina?
Thank you, Lisa. Really appreciate hearing that. Good luck to you. Gave you some information. Okay,
All right,
Christina would
about
like
love
a
life.
general reading about their love life.
In the future. Okay. Let's use.
I got one here.
You got one
Scrolls
there.
Magic.
Okay. What happened to my other deck? I was going to use my crow deck, but that's okay.
Do you want to? We haven't
No,
used it.
go ahead. We did use it once.
I thought we did.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned that we gotten permission.
What about life isn't complicated, Christina? It's been a crazy, complicated time for me, but not in my love life, at least.
Ah! Right. It's pretty much non-complicated.
Well, no more complicated than married life can be.
Okay, and your turn to shuffle.
Yeah. Well, and Mercury's retrograde now too, which is not fun. As I've already indicated, our computers went down at work. We're having these little delays in the chat tonight. So I blame it all on Mercury.
Maybe we should open the next show with a Mercury
My
retrograde rap.
My Mercury retrograde rap, absolutely.
But we need to have some real rap beat because we sort of do it like a nursery rhyme.
It is kind of like a nursery rhyme.
Like romper room.
All right.
I see Billy and Eddie and Maria.
Okay. Right.
Ooh,
All right.
there we go again. Ooh.
Well, proceed. Okay. Well, yeah. Here we go. We have the 2 of coins upright. We've been getting a lot of these in whatever deck we're using, the 2 of pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which was upright as well. The one reversal we have is the Nine of Wands reversed. Now, the Two of Coins is an interesting card because it's saying that, there's some imbalance. There's balance issues here, in relationships and in love in general. It's kind of like you're not getting a solid footing on things. Things are very confusing right now.
You're managing to hold on, but it's just like an effort. It's sort of holding
Yeah,
on.
whether you're in a relationship or you're looking, it's like it's a struggle right now to maintain things, maintain composure.
It's complicated.
It's it's as complicated as you said, I think.
Because there's somebody new
there is.
possibly coming into your life or who has come into your
Well,
life.
either this is somebody you know or somebody you're going to meet. It could be a fire sign. I mean, there's fire energy around this. This is a person who could be very accomplished in life or is working hard on some projects or goals of some sort.
They present as trustworthy, but they have an element of change about them. They may be able to bring an energy that means that they're malleable or adaptable. So in other words, they may start off in one kind of relationship with you, and then it may change into another kind of relationship. It may upgrade.
They are fast movers because the Knight of Wands are fast moving people.
Yes.
They're kind of no nonsense. They may want to move faster than perhaps you would like. So beware of that. And the Nine of
Wands.
The Knight of Wands reversed indicates to me that
they're coming maybe from a little bit of a battered position in a way.
I don't know if this is specifically about the person or her love life in general.
Okay.
So what I want to say about this is, you got to be ready. You got to make sure you're ready for what might happen here, for what we're talking about. Because the Nine of Wands reversed is saying you kind of have to be prepared for anything. And be prepared to act.
And it is possible that it is more likely you than the other person, but it is also possible that one or both of you are sort of coming from this sense of some struggles or some fights and not wanting to repeat them or wanting to be more on top for it. So there may be a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, and so it's hard to totally relax and just be in the relationship because maybe there's still a level of apprehension because we're still trying to work on the balance issues.
Well, and it's almost as if I'm not sure that maybe you both aren't ready for this relationship yet is the possible message.
But something is moving
of this, of this reversed. Maybe both of you need to take a step back and not move so quickly.
I'd say it's time to throw a letter on.
I'd say so too. We're now just going into slight overtime, but hang in there with us, Tammy.
Yes, stay, Tammy. We want to read for you.
You are definitely going to be the last. And my show is on at 10 p.m. The Dead Files. My favorite ghost show of late. Is he doing silly things in the camera with my face?
Well, I squished you. Okay, that's really weird even for me.
Christina, I have some interesting things to tell you here. You've got the star and you have the clover. Now, I don't know how much you know about the Lenormand, but you can just imagine by the imagery I'm showing you, the star is a symbol of hope and attainment. The clover is luck and destiny and fate. And so I'm thinking that, things may have a way of working themselves out in the end.
It's no surprise that this happened and that you have acknowledged that somebody new has come in, but things are sort of back and forth-ish a little bit because there is some sort of destiny here. You were probably meant to meet this person. I'm not going to say...
It's not going to say it's a lasting relationship per se.
Twin flame or soulmate. I'm not going to say those. Oh, wait, I just did.
But this person has a role to play in your life.
Yes, there's something important about them. And it may be that they're only here now for a time, or maybe it's going to move on. I'm seeing this thing here that there's a challenge for both of you. And I think it's probably something that's really good for however long it does.
Well, I think somehow positivity is going to come out of all of this. Something positive for you.
Most of the cards have been positive.
Yeah. So hang in there, Christina, and check in with us again. And hey, Tammy, you are up, Tammy Bambi.
And we'll let you use the Crow Tarot for that one.
Okay.
You're very welcome. Alrighty, we're moving on with
You're
Tammy
welcome.
Bambi.
What March has in store for you? That
And
sounds
Christina,
reasonable.
drop back sometime and let us know how things go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be curious to find out.
All right, Tammy, March. March is just a good month for me because the sun goes into Aries, which of course is my happy time.
So thank you, everybody, and do remember to either subscribe and hit the notification thing so you'll know when we're online. We generally are on 2 a week, and then we try to put some new content on every week, either the emotional exchanges that I do or more content that we're going to do.
Did you shuffle?
I don't remember, but I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
No,
Unless I handed them to you first.
Nope, I don't think I did.
I don't know. Lately I get into the zen of shuffling and I can't stop myself.
Well, it's easy to do that sometimes when we're waiting for somebody to show up and then either they do or they don't, and then we're just shuffling the cards and all of a sudden it's taking on a life of its own.
All right. Are you going to cut them?
I'll let you cut them.
Oh, okay.
This is Tammy
You pick
Bambi.
them up.
Alrighty.
Don't hit my microphone.
I'm trying not to. Ooh, we already went beyond their question. Oh, there it is.
Yikes.
Oh, dear.
Yikes.
You came here on your own free will, right? Tammy Bambi?
Well, I always say, though, if you're going to get this card, you should get it reversed. It's the Ten of Swords. We also have the Four of Wands reversed, and that is not a bad card
That's not too bad.
either. And then we have the Six of Swords, but it is reversed. So I'm getting this feeling that there's a healing process going on in some area of your life. You know, it could be anywhere where you're recouping yourself in some way. And it could be that actually, you know, somebody tried to do you some harm, either physically, mentally, or emotionally. And, you know, you're now recovering from that. And, you know, it's like conditions right now could be better, but they're not really terrible despite all of this. The Four of Wands, upright or reversed, is really a good card. It's just saying that, you know, life is okay. It's not like all like fireworks and stuff, but it's okay.
There's been a lot of negativity or harsh forces around you. Some of it may have been more personal, some of it may not have been. But in either case, it has sort of left you with this feeling like you can't really get away from some of this.
Because the Six is reversed. It's kind of like there's a standstill right now. You're kind of feeling like there's no direction or no way to move right now. You're feeling a little tied by it. So what I would suggest to you about March is going to be a time of healing and recovery and me time. I really think you need to have me time in March where you start to recoup yourself and your self-esteem. If it has to do with your self-esteem that got hurt.
I don't know if you're this kind of person, but maybe you want to have some sort of small get-together with just the 2 or 3 or however many of your best friends and really low-key just sort of like celebrate your mutual friendships. But I think that that's what you should do, is just hunker down for you know, a day that you could do that, an afternoon, a Sunday afternoon, and maybe it'll be a little bit of group therapy between you all, because maybe some of your other friends are drawn up in some of that intrigue or have some of your own too. If it's not your friends, maybe there's somebody else you can share this with, but I think you need to have your own kind of debrief session, you know, call it a bitch session, call it a vent session. Banshee has pulled some Lenormand.
Yeah.
There's that guy again.
I know. So I have the Moon card.
I don't like that guy.
You don't like him.
No, I'm teasing.
He is kind of, I just don't know if I like the drawing myself. I'm debating it. But it does look ethnic. I like the ethnicity, but something about the The outfit just bothers me.
It reminds me a little bit of medievalish drawings or
well,
paintings.
doesn't it look a little
or Renaissanceian
It
or
might
something?
be Orient or Asian influence here, Mideast influence, perhaps.
Well, I keep thinking of that one.
I think of Morocco.
Maybe, but I'm thinking of Hieronymus Bosch or something, where he has these inflated limbs, and then the heads and the torsos are really tiny.
Well, to get back to the reading,
Okay.
sorry,
This is an art theory.
This is a new deck of mine, so we're kind of oohing and eyeing over it a little bit. But at any rate, it looks as though the moon and this man, I get the feeling you're going to find out something about somebody close to you. Some news is going to surface, something's going to come to light, and you're going to discover something that you need to know.
Yes, it may be that you might feel that there's a change or words being spoken about you that you would hear, and you're going to find out more about what that is.
The moon sometimes has romantic overtones to it. It also could relate to work. I know that's kind of an odd thing, but some people, when they read the Lenormand, consider it having to do with workplace success. So,
It's funny because most of the other cards to me sounded more like your personal stuff.
Yes.
It doesn't relate to work unless you have personal relationships with some of your coworkers.
And I'm feeling this might be personal too. I do. I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility because, again, the Lenormand has, some of the cards have a lot of nuance to them. But I think you're going to find out something in your social circle, or if this is a man in your life, even a relative, you're going to find out some news that's very important to you. And that's what we have.
Well, so it is probably not work related then.
You're retired. I want to be. I probably shouldn't say that. Why does everybody
get to retire? Here we are, we're still working.
I'm hoping to get there. I'm getting close. It could be, close. Anyway, I wishful think. Hey, Tammy, thanks for joining us tonight. I hope this helped. And thanks to everybody who's still with us in the stream. We appreciate it. And we've read for a number of people tonight. This was really fun.
Yeah, I kind of perked up towards the end there. I got all giddy on the readings.
We get a lot of energy as we go with this. It doesn't ever seem to drain me, at least not yet. And we have had some heavy readings.
But watch me in 5 or 10 minutes.
He'll be on the couch sleeping. So anyway, guys, we appreciate you spending time with us. And we'll see you again Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye.